Coming into 2023, we realized there's some things that we could change in our prospecting efforts and things that we needed to change because the times are evolving. In this episode, I'm going to break down 3 of those strategies. Hopefully, they can help you as well as much as they've helped our team. Check it out. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist Podcast. I'm your host, Donald C. Kelly, the Sales Evangelist, and I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And on this episode today, as you see, I'm rocking my alma mater, BYU, Idaho. You can go ahead and check out BYU. Good stuff going on over there. But today's episode, I'm home and I'm a little bit sick underneath the weather, so I got my little hoodie on. And hopefully the content is still as good. I really want to get this out because I feel that it's important that you recognize, like, the game is changing right in front of our eyes, like literally right before us right now, the way that people are doing outreach. I've repeated these stats over and over. Since the pandemic, email outreach has shot up by 50%. Reply rates has decreased by 30%. Your prospects are tired of those emails. And the critical thing that you need to understand is that the same email sequences that you're sending, your prospects also have adopted and are sending internally for their sales folks. So everybody knows the play that we're running. They know these strategies. So what are we going to do? How can we be different? One of the things that I saw is that I open a lot of emails. Sometimes the subject line get me. However, I don't reply to a ton of email. I addressed this in one of our past episodes, but I want to show you today, literally on my screen, I'm going to show you 3 different things that I've done that my team and I are doing right now to help us when it comes towards this, adjusting our prospecting game so we can grab people's attention sooner, and then we can actually keep their attention. So the first area that I want to focus on and I want to express is the idea of doing previous engagement. So go back to that email strategy, what I've mentioned again. Sometimes sometimes the sales reps think that they have to need to write the most perfect email in the world. They take all day writing the perfect email, and then they don't get the reply that they need from the prospect. Well, sometimes a prospect just might see you as another sales rep and figure, you know what, I'm not going to take the time. I'm not going to reply to this person. They just see it as like, whatever. This is not my cup of tea. That's like the same thing that I do when I open the email. It grabbed my attention, but it just doesn't warrant me to reply to that email. Perhaps it doesn't really hit it doesn't hit home as well, or perhaps I don't know this person, so I'm not even going to go into the conversation with them. What then happens though is that what I've seen based on the deals that my team and I have won is that we look at some of those deals that have gone through. The person and us had some kind of previous engagement before, and that's the first strategy. I would encourage you to figure out a way to have a previous engagement with your prospect before you reach out to them. We call this a point of reference. What can you refer them back to show that you're not a stranger, a poor? So, for instance, it could be that you engage on their posts about the fact that they're hiring and you share that link. So maybe your email then ties back to that. Donald, I saw that you're hiring new sales rep. I shared it with my community. I think there's a couple people that could be beneficial for you in doing that. And then maybe go into my message at that point. Because you're hiring, I thought this could also benefit you as well. Maybe go into some of the fact about training and about how growing teams need to get the fundamentals down. Whatever that connection point is, whatever that ties back to relevance to that prospect and to their current situation, I can capitalize on that to foster engagement. You need to have engagement. So then let's look at this. I get an email from Donald now. Donald and I engaged on LinkedIn, or the prospect and I engaged on LinkedIn. He then sends me this email and I read the email, but I also feel obligated to reply to the email because we have had previous communication. Even if I don't reply to that email, what we are seeing is that the prospects tend to reply to your messages on LinkedIn. I had one who did that recently. I sent him the email. He watched my video in the email. We started the engagement on LinkedIn prior to that. But then he went back to LinkedIn to communicate the reply to that email. Crazy, huh? The point there is I started with previous engagement. What can you do? Again, engage with them on LinkedIn, engage with their company, look at their Instagram, their company's Instagram, and see if there's something that you can connect with and use on a screen share to share with them. You can also take advantage of Obviously opportunities like the big stuff, like new funding or mentioned in news and things of that nature. You can leverage those as well to be able to give that point of reference to start engagement prior to actually you reaching out to them. But if you tie that email back to some previous engagement, it increases like crazy the chances of that person replying to your email. So I want to show you some of these things. I want to show you the second principle. The second strategy now is what we call is one of the other things that I've seen again with people who will have some kind of previous engagement with us is our LinkedIn, our company LinkedIn page. So let me see if this could work here. I'm going to share my screen. I may have showed you this already, but the sales evangelist. This was something that we discovered, and most marketing teams have this knowledge, but they don't share it with you as a sales rep. But if you look here, I can go look at the followers who are following our page, and a lot of them are second degree connection to me. Now, for our organization, it's pretty unique. This is Donald Kelly. I'm Donald Kelly, right? I am the brand. And these people are following my company, but they're not following me. I should connect with them. Folks that may be VPs of sales, probably a good person for me to connect with, right? I can send a personal connection request to that individual. You can go to your marketing folks and just tell them, hey, can you guys get me that list of all the folks that are following our company? They won't give you the detail of who, like their email addresses, obviously, and things like that. But you can see it here and you can reach out. Lori here. I should reach out to Lori. She's following our company and we're not connected. Some of these other folks that might be the ideal person for us to do business with. Head of business development. He and I should be connected, and I can leverage that. So this goes back to the idea again of that previous engagement. Since they're engaged with our company, they're connected or following our organization, that should be able to easily translate in me having a conversation with them. And this is nothing that's rocket science. It's nothing that's crazy, but most people are sleeping on top of this. So the first two strategy, again, engage with somebody prior to reaching out to them. Number two, take advantage of LinkedIn, where you can reach out to this individual and connect with the followers of your company and use that as a means of having conversations, having some kind of conversation with them. So another interesting part that we want to make sure you understand as well when it comes towards LinkedIn, you're building engagement. You're looking for people who are following your company. But this is a new feature that LinkedIn has. It's a spotlight component. So here you can see different things. People who have changed jobs in the past 90 days, people who have been mentioned in the news in the past 30 days. Maybe they've posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days. They follow your company, hint, hint, have shared experience. Perhaps you went both into a certain school, or maybe, follow a certain celebrity or whatnot. Team link intros and so forth. Past colleagues, somebody that worked at your company in the past and now they're at a different firm, or viewed your profile in the past 90 days. For my team and I, the ones that we love the most are posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days because it shows that they're active on the platform. And two, the job changers, because we know that those people tend to be the ones that raise their hand and be interested in our services at least a little bit more. So with both of those two categories there, we see that that's fostering, again, better engagement, so that when our first email actually lands in their inbox, there's a way better chance of that email being replied to, because we've started with engagement or relevancy beforehand. We've engaged. We've had especially if they're following our company, that's another great thing because it's a low hanging fruit. But the concept is that we've had previous discussion, and we utilize that previous discussion to be able to land get replies to our email and get appointments. Time and time again, it works. And I encourage you to take advantage of them. Try these strategies. There are many different strategies that you can try as well, relevant to being more effective in sales in 2023. I'd love to hear from you. You can find me on Instagram, Donald C. Kelly, on LinkedIn, Donald C. Kelly. You can also find me on TikTok, Donald C. Kelly. Just go ahead and let me know. Say, Donald, hey, I follow you follow your podcast and love what you're sharing, and I want to connect and go further and learn from you here, or whatever. I want to learn from you as well, and I want to hear those strategies. So go ahead and drop me a message. I appreciate that. Check out our sponsors as well, because they give me some amazing offers, some deals that you could take advantage of to help you and your team when it comes towards being more effective in your outreach game. As always, we want you to raise your level of thinking. We want to help you to be able to gain more prospects and opportunities in your pipeline. We want to help you to convert a higher percentage of those deals. We want you to raise your level of thinking and go out and do big things. Thank you so much for watching.